It's a fictional story based on true events, and it's about a 15-year-old boy called Khalid Ahmed, who's second-generation Muslim, who lives in a northern English town called Rochdale. And it's 6 months after 9/11, when the war on terror is speeding, as we all know, to its awful conclusions in Afghanistan and Iraq. And he goes on holiday with his family. He's a very ordinary boy. He likes playing soccer. He's quite often on the computer playing online games with his cousin Tariq in Pakistan. There's a girl at school he really fancies. He's a very typical teenager, except that he's Muslim. And he's experiencing racism that he hadn't experienced before. And he goes on holiday with his family to Pakistan. And he doesn't want to go, he'd rather stay at home. And at that time, his grandmother's died, and his father wants to help his aunties move house, and his father goes missing. And Khalid goes looking for him in Karachi, and there's a demonstration in that city that he gets caught up in because he's trying to get past the demonstrators. And we don't know if that has something to do with his later abduction at his aunt's house. He's on the computer late at night and he's abducted from his home by people who are masked, men who are masked, we're not quite sure who they are. And he's taken for questioning in Karachi. He ends up in Kandahar, where he's imprisoned, and then he's taken to Guantanamo, where he suffers the abuses that we all know have happened there: sleep deprivation, extremes of temperature, cruelty and waterboarding. So the character is fictional. What I did was read everything I possibly could about Guantanamo and what has happened there. I read books by Mozambique, who's an ex-detainee, called Enemy Competent, a book called Bad Men by Clive Stafford Smith, who's the director of a charity called Reprieve that fights for the rights of men in Guantanamo and those on death row. And also the film The Road to Guantanamo. I got many visual clues from that. I watched every news item. I looked at everything that I possibly could in order to back up the story and to fill out the details and to make the experience of my main character convincing, believable and authentic. And I won't tell you the ending, you'll have to read the story. And although this sounds like a harsh and very difficult story to read, there's actually many light-hearted moments. So there is humour, friendship. It's a story about healing and forgiveness, as much as it is a look at the abuse of human rights that have taken place in this prison.